Hello everyone, I'm Isabella. Today, I want to share a very special entrepreneurial story. But first, let's start with a little dialogue. How's today's revenue? Up 15% from yesterday, but we wasted some baking ingredients. Any customer complaints? Yes, one. They said the board game area was too noisy, but I already solved it. Can I work a bit longer today? Sure, my boss. Now, let's look at the screen. Who do you think is talking here? A, 2 colleagues working overtime at the office. B, 2 business partners setting accounts in a restaurant. C, a mother and daughter chatting at night. Raise your hand if you chose C. Not so many. The answer is C, a mother and daughter chatting at night. And guess what? The boss you just heard wasn't my mom. It was me. Yes, I'm only 14. But 7 years ago, when I was only in 2nd grade, I became my mom's business partner. Today, I want to share how it's like to be a mother-daughter partner and how this unusual start journey has taught us. Through 3 little secrets, I hope that you'll discover kids can bring far more value than adults ever imagined. And more importantly, if you stop treating kids only as kids, you'll discover a completely new relationship, just like me and my mom did. My mom has started 5 businesses. The first 4 in fashion, restaurants, and clothing. They all failed. On her 5th try, she decided to do education to prepare me and my brother for future exams and school applications. You know, famous teachers, thick textbooks, and structured courses. When I heard it, I felt like a horror movie was about to start. For us kids, nothing is scarier than hearing, "Go study." Take my little brother, Henry, as an example. Hand him homework, and his face collapses. But give him Lego blocks, and suddenly, he could become the happiest kid alive. So I told my mom, "No way, don't open a school, open a club." She froze. "A club? What's that?" I explained. A club is where kids play and learn in the process. I grabbed a piece of paper and started sketching. Downstairs, a bakery. We measured flour and whipped cream. At the entrance, a board game room. We team up and strategize. Upstairs, a makerspace filled with 3D printers and cutting machines. I got so excited that I even designed a logo and gave it the name Explorlife, a place for kids to explore the world. That night, for the first time in my life, our dining table turned into a meeting table. Me and my mom held our first business discussion, like real colleagues. Luckily, after 4 failed businesses, my mom felt one more failure wouldn't hurt. So even though I was only 7, she trusted me and became my venture capitalist. And the results are beyond imagination. The first club was packed every day. In kids' feedback, the most common words were fun and no pressure. For my mom, it's her 5th startup. But for me, it's my first breakthrough. Back then, 7-year-old me was simply looking around with my own eyes and living through my own experiences. And that's when we realized something adults completely overlooked. That's when we realized no one is an outsider in business, not even children. Because let's be honest, who understands users better than users themselves? So that's the very first secret we discovered. A child's instinct, once transformed as solution, can bring surprising business value. I know what you may be thinking. Everyone has ideas, so what? Yes, adults, kids, we all come up with crazy ideas every day. But the hardest part is making them real. Many assume kids can only imagine, not execute. Well, in my story with my mom, I'm often the one rolling up my sleeves and getting things done. After the first club has opened, I proposed to build a steel museum. Because my great-grandfather was in the steel business, and I wanted to share that world with further kids. My mom loved the idea and went to design firms. Then the first proposal came back. 8 million RMB. It's like a mini sim park. Flashy, expensive, but nothing like I wanted. So I told my mom, no way, don't open a playground. Open a mini museum where kids can touch and feel. I drew my ideas out. A slide as a steel furnace, a small pool as a gold panning pit, a wall of embedded minerals for kids to hammer. But ideas weren't enough. I invited my mom to work on the construction plan. For example, I noticed that raw materials could be reused, scrap off old coating, add adhesive, and make new walls without extra cost. I also asked my mom to take me to my great-grandfather for old steel and quartz sand as raw materials. By skipping all the fancy decorations and getting creative with materials, I reduced the budget to just 1/10. The outcome was not fancy, of course, but it's a hand-on-hand space where kids can truly feel the magic of steel and minerals. And the response? Kids loved it. Parents said they have never seen such a unique museum. Okay, so now we're arrived at the mining place. This is what the steel looks like. And you make the steel into a car. Here's a lot of cars. It's where you do mining. It's the walls, you can dig into it and there's money in it. People underestimate kids. They think our ideas are simply for fun, not for real. But you see, my ideas didn't just work. They worked out better and cheaper. So here's the truth. Kids don't just imagine. We make things happen, and often at a better value. And once we throw ourselves in completely, even the impossible can turn into reality right in front of your eyes. Adults often fear failure and losing face. But you know what? Our superpower as kids is that we're not afraid to look silly. Even if we mess up, you all just say, well, she's just a kid. That enables us to try things adults wouldn't even dare. In our startup, this was obvious because I'm always the one more willing to speak and try. At the beginning of our club, we had no clue where to find teachers for our bakery center. So one day, I walked into a baking studio, pretending to be a customer. And when the teacher came out, I jumped in. Hi, I'm working on a fun project. Want to hear about it? After school, I just walked into shops, added strangers on WeChat, and waited outside just to pitch. That's how we got our earliest partners. My mom admired my courage, but honestly, it wasn't hard. The worst answer is not interested. So what? At least I asked. Maybe someone would say yes. That same courage came out again right before our grand opening. Instead of shooting a formal video, like my team suggested, I simply grabbed a selfie stick and filmed what I saw that day, kids reading, baking, and sewing wood. I chatted as I walked, sharing my honest feelings, and then posted it as a vlog.
Hello, my name is Isabella and welcome to our English club. It is called Explorlife. Let us go in. When we go in, we'll make something very interesting. These people are making cakes. It looks delicious.
2 days later, my mom asked me, how's the promotion going? She checked the numbers and froze. That vlog has way more viewers than all the official posts combined. Then she laughed. I knew she had discovered what I already felt. Adults' polish may look professional, but kids' sincerity has the power to truly move people. Since then, I've gotten braver on the camera, speaking at our annual meetings, posting vlogs, and even sharing my class notes. Adults worry too much about embarrassment, mistakes, and being laughed at. We kids, we just share honestly and try. Surprisingly, that's what moves people. So that's the third secret. Kids' courage and sincerity can turn failure into a new opportunity. Back then, in the streets of Shanghai, a 7-year-old girl simply waited outside shops, sharing her recruiting partners in the simplest way possible. Today, that same girl stands here, sharing her story in the most honest way she knows. The startup of me and my mom became a success. Our club grew from 50 members to 300, then 1,000, and now over 2,000 families. It has become the largest education, entertainment, and sport club in Shanghai. But more importantly, it changed my relationship with my mom. As mother and daughter, we give each other unconditional trust and support. As business partners, like you and your colleagues, we also give each other respect. From something small, like dyeing my hair, to something big, like studying in Switzerland. She gave me full freedom to decide. The shift from mother and daughter to business partners not only brought us commercial success, but also growth and understanding for both of us. So the next time you see a child buzzing around you with their new ideas, see them differently. They're not just kids. They could be your best business partner. And if you don't have kids around, remember, you once were one. That bonus, that honesty, the courage to try without fear, it's still inside you. Bring them back. And you'll discover your most powerful business partner has been within you all along. Thank you.